Welcome! Today, we're going to unlock a superpower. Seriously, it's the ability to read faster across multiple languages, and not by sacrificing understanding, but by actually supercharging it. Let's get into how you can master texts in Uzbek, Turkish, English, Arabic, and Russian with some real speed and confidence.
Okay, let's dive right in. You know that feeling, right? You're reading a foreign text and you just feel bogged down, slowed by unfamiliar words or tricky sentences. Well, this explainer is for you. We're going to turn that friction into fluency.
First things first, let's bust the biggest myth out there. This is not about some blurry-eyed skimming where the words just wash over you. The whole philosophy here is that real speed is actually a side effect of deeper, more efficient comprehension.
Exactly. It's all about rewiring that connection between your eyes and your brain. We're not just trying to move our eyes quicker, we're retraining our mind to process information in a fundamentally smarter way. The speed? That's just the awesome result of your brain working smarter, not harder.
And this right here is the heart of it. This is our golden rule. Every single technique we're about to cover is built on this foundation. We will never trade comprehension for speed. In fact, you'll probably find your understanding actually gets better. So, how is this even possible? Well, let's get into the science of it because it's pretty fascinating. Our brains are capable of incredible processing speeds, but we're often held back by a few old habits we picked up way back when we first learned to read. Let's break them down.
Now just take a look at this. It's night and day, right? On the left, you see how a typical reader's eyes move. They make all these little jerky jumps, stopping on almost every single word. Each stop is called a fixation, but on the right, that's a trained reader. The eyes are moving smoothly, taking in whole phrases or chunks at a time. It's simple math. Fewer stops, more information, much faster speed.
And here it is, the biggest speed bump of all, subvocalization. You know, that little voice in your head that reads along with you? It's a habit from childhood that's great for complex stuff, but it also puts a speed limit on your reading. You can only read as fast as you can talk. Our goal isn't to get rid of it completely, but to turn down the volume so you can absorb meaning visually.
All right, so that's the why. We've covered the science, now let's get into the how, the actual practice. In this section, we're going to give you 3 foundational tools to retrain your eyes and unlock your brain's natural speed.
These are the 3 pillars of the program. We've got the pointer method, which is like a pacemaker for your eyes. Then there's chunking, which is all about expanding your vision. And finally, strategic skimming, which gives you a roadmap before you even really start.
First up, the pointer method. I know, it sounds almost too simple, but trust me, this is a game changer. Just by using your finger or a pen to guide your eyes, you force them into a steady rhythm. It breaks that awful habit of regression, where your eyes jump back to reread stuff. You just keep moving forward, building momentum and focus.
Ready for the next level? This is where things get really cool. Instead of reading word by word, a speed reader sees 3 idea units. You train your brain to absorb these chunks of words all at once. By doing that, you dramatically cut down on the number of stops your eyes have to make.
Think of this one like creating a mental map before you go on a journey. Before you dive in for a deep read, you take maybe 60 seconds to skim titles, headings, and the first sentences of paragraphs. This primes your brain. You get the context, so when you do your high-speed read, you're just filling in the details on a structure you already understand.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But how does it actually work when you're juggling different scripts and you're at different levels in 5 languages? Well, the answer is simple. You adapt. One size does not fit all.
Now this slide is absolutely crucial. Just look at how the strategy changes. For your native Uzbek, where comprehension is already solid, you can just floor it, push for pure speed. But for B1 Russian, trying to do that would be a disaster. The priority there is building fundamental fluency and vocabulary first. The technique has to match the challenge.
So what this really boils down to is being smart about your strategy. You'll use your stronger languages, like Uzbek and Turkish, to really drill the mechanics of speed. Then, you apply those skills intelligently to build up your fluency in English, Arabic, and Russian.
And now for the ultimate payoff. Because honestly, this isn't just about getting through your reading list faster. Actively reading in multiple languages is one of the absolute best workouts you can give your brain.
Let's talk numbers for a second. A lot of research shows that intermediate learners, say B1 to B2 level, tend to read at around 200 words per minute. But here's the interesting part. As you get better, your gains might be more about comprehension than just raw speed. With this kind of training, you can definitely push that WPM number up, but you'll also make your understanding of the text even deeper.
And just look at this.
The benefits go way beyond the page. This kind of practice actually strengthens your memory, it sharpens your focus, and it even helps build what's called cognitive reserve, which is linked to healthier brain aging. So you're not just learning faster, you're building a stronger, more flexible mind for life.
Ultimately, this is all about unlocking whole new worlds of information. It's about turning reading from a chore into a flow state, from a barrier into a bridge. So the question isn't just how fast can you read, but what incredible things will you discover when you can?